Bauer dribbles one up the line to Gernert. Martin hits a weak grounder that Maltone charges and fields. Mantle rockets a two-base hit into center field. Berra smacks a soaring drive into center field. It's a two-run homer. He got all of that one. Skowron hits a sharp grounder in the hole. Klaus can't get there in time. McDougald hits a weak grounder that Gernert charges and fields. Maltone drives a double into the right center gap.
You're out.
Klaus is completely fooled by the off-speed pitch, striking out swinging. You're out. Williams flares a soft pop-up to Howard.
You're out.
Gernert whiffs on a pitch out of the zone to end the at-bat. You're out. Howard flies out to Williams, who settles under it and makes the grab. Lesson flies out to Williams, for a routine flyout. Coleman hits a sharp grounder right at Morch.
You're out.
Pearsall tosses his bat in frustration after looking at strike 3. Got him looking.
You're out.
Stevens chases one in the dirt and strikes out swinging. Got him swinging. Morch shows great discipline and earns a walk. White flies out to Bauer, who makes a nice running catch. Bauer flies out to Stevens, who hauls it in near the foul line.
You're out.
Martin watches strike 3 paint the corner. Caught looking. Frozen for strike 3. Mantle hits a sharp chopper to Gernert.
You're out.
Nixon goes fishing for a slider in the dirt and strikes out. You're out. Maltone flies out to Howard, who barely has to move to make the grab. Klaus flares a soft pop-up to Scaron. Berra chops a grounder to Morch. Scaron hits a sharp grounder in the hole. Maltone can't get there in time. McDougald hammers a line drive double into right field. Third base coach holds Scaron at third. Pitching change. Bauman enters the game. Howard hits a mile-high pop-up, taken by Klaus. Larson lines a single into the outfield in front of Pearsall. Here comes the throw to the dish, and McDougald is out at the plate. Williams flies out to Howard, who settles under it and makes the grab.
You're out.
Gernert is frozen by a pitch on the black. Strike 3 called. Strike 3 called. Pearsall hits a weak grounder that McDougald charges and fields.
You're out.
Coleman swings and misses at a devastating changeup that drops off the table. Got him swinging. Bauer hits a high hop on the track. It bounces into the stands for a ground rule double.
You're out.
Martin swings out of his shoes for strike 3. You're out. Mantle lines a single into the outfield in front of Pearsall. Here comes the throw to the dish, and Bauer is out at the plate. Stevens flies out to Howard, who hauls it in near the foul line. Morch hits a slow roller to McDougald and beats the throw to first. White fouls off several tough pitches before drawing the walk. Bauman lays down a sacrifice bunt. Bunt successful. Runners advance. Bauman is out at first. Maltone dribbles one up the line to Martin. Berra flies out to Pearsall, who makes a casual basket catch.
You're out.
Scaron swings early on a vicious circle change. Got him swinging. McDougald flies out to Stevens, who drifts into the gap to make the out. Pinch hitter, Lepsio enters the game. Lepsio flies out to Bauer, who glides over and puts it away. Williams flies out to Bauer, who settles under it and makes the grab. Pinch hitter, Jensen enters the game. Jensen patiently watches a slider miss for ball 4. Pinch hitter, Zorchin enters the game. Zorchin hits a lazy pop fly handled easily by Mantle.
You're out.
Howard takes a massive cut and goes down swinging for strike 3. Down on strikes. Pitching change. Wall enters the game. Lesson taps a slow roller to Lepsio. Coleman pops it up on the infield, Maltone is under it. Pitching change. Sickert enters the game. Stevens lines a single into the outfield in front of Bauer. Morch slashes a double into the right center gap. Third base coach holds Stevens at third.
You're out.
White swings and misses, not even close. He chased it. Wall lays down a sacrifice bunt. Bunt successful. Runners
You're
advance, Wall is out at first. Maltone goes down meekly on 3 pitches. Struck him out. Pitching change. Porterfield enters the game. Bauer lines a single into the outfield in front of Williams. Martin lines a single into the outfield in front of Jensen. Mantle flies out to Williams, who catches it with 2 hands. Berra flies out to Jensen, who drifts into the gap to make the out. Scaron flies out to Jensen, who settles under it and makes the grab. Lepsio hammers a deep drive into the left center gap. Williams flies out to Howard, who pulls it down for the out. Jensen lines a single into the outfield in front of Howard. The third base coach holds Lepsio at third.
You're out.
Zorchin takes a called third strike right down Broadway. You're out.
You're out.
Stevens goes down hacking at a pitch in the dirt. Struck him out.
You're out.
McDougald looks foolish swinging at a pitch in the opposite batter's box. He whiffed. Howard smokes a double into right field. Sickert pulls a grounder right into the glove of Maltone.
You're out.
Coleman takes a huge hack but comes up empty. He whiffed. Pitching change. Grimm enters the game. Morch reaches on a fielding error by Coleman. White lays down a sacrifice bunt. Bunt successful. Runners advance, White is out at first. Porterfield lays down a sacrifice bunt. Bunt successful. Runners advance, Porterfield is out at first. Maltone flies out to Howard, who catches it with two hands. Game over. New York Yankees wins.